Meantime, let's bring in political commentator and former Democrat Natalie Beisender, along with the host of Outkick's Tomi Lahren is fearless. Fox News contributor Tomi Lahren. Thank you both for coming on. You first, Tomi. I mean, you heard there, MSNBC, you know, they just, all you do is you just rag on Trump all day. That's kind of all. It doesn't matter if they could bring the Nobel Prize and set on the desk like, it's fine, it fits me, whatever. You get it. But it's, to me, it seems like they are just petrified that this is going to lead to a peace deal.
Right, Trace, and that's why their audience is so small and shrinking probably by the minute. And it's really no wonder that MSNBC and even CNN are failing, and they're failing with their own left-of-center audience, by the way. The people that used to watch MSNBC or CNN, they're not conservatives that have turned off the TV. They are Democrats that have turned off the TV because they don't like to be lied to. These are the same people, Trace, who for the last 3+ years have had Ukraine flags in their bio. They have clapped for Ukraine. They have strewn Ukraine flags across the U.S. House floor in celebration of Ukraine. And now they are so Trump deranged, their brains so broken, that they are actually rooting against not only America, not only President Trump, but rooting against peace because they don't want to give President Trump a win. That's how disingenuous they are. It's not that hard to be normal. It's not that hard to root for peace. But listen, the Democrats, they're also rooting for crime. So at this point, I'm not so sure there's a dumb hill they won't die on.
Yeah. It really is kind of amazing, Natalie, because, you know, you see some of this. I'm going to play a soundbite now. This is CNN. Bakari Sellers said the following here, and it seems like there is this kind of need and this push to root against peace, that they think that's the best thing. Watch.
Donald Trump cannot perform on the world stage because he simply does not have the intellect to match up with these world leaders. He's not Barack Obama. He's not Hillary Clinton. He's not even George Bush when it comes to being able to maneuver in these environments. And so what you saw was Vladimir Putin come and get what he wanted.
So he's not all those people, but yet he could be ending his 7th war in 7 months. It's pretty interesting how no skills and all these wars are being ended.
Yeah, you said it. They're rooting against peace. They're rooting against Donald Trump. It's another elitist comment about intellect when he won the popular vote. So what does that say about Sellers' view of American people's intellect? And it's so frustrating watching Donald Trump fight tirelessly for peace and then be continually mocked. You know, Joe Biden, he tempted this by saying, well, if it's a small incursion, we may do nothing. Then Russia invaded. Then Joe Biden ignored Putin for 3 years. And that's not how you get peace. And had Kamala Harris come in, she would not have negotiated peace in 24 hours. She would not have negotiated peace today. She would not have negotiated it in 4 years because she was going to continue what Joe Biden did. She promised that. So this is just ridiculous to continually watch.
Yeah, because the left narratives, they're letting Putin win, Tomi, MSNBC now has a new name. Joe Scarborough talked about the name change here.
A new name for the network by the end of the year. We will become MS Now, which stands for My Source for News, Opinion, and the World. And look, Andrew, they even have a graphic up.
You know, Sean Hannity's already working out a new acronym that he can use. It's going to be better than that one. You know, it's interesting. I like robust competition. I really do. I don't think it's going to work. What do you think, Tomi?
No, they got to start telling the truth. They got to be honest with their audience, which, as I mentioned before, is left of center. Just be honest with those people. Don't root against peace. Don't root against safety and law and order. Don't root against removing criminal illegal aliens from this country. Don't root for our congressmen and women going to El Salvador to bring criminal illegal aliens back to this country. It's pretty simple. I understand that they're going to always be hosts on the other side, commentators, and I respect that they've got a narrative. They've got commentary to deliver. But when your entire network is simply Trump derangement syndrome 24/7, well, I guess it's no surprise that NBC maybe didn't want to be associated with that. They didn't want the beautiful Peacock and the wonderful shows on Bravo and elsewhere to be associated with the product that these folks are putting out.
Meantime, you have Newsbusters pointing out that there's already an investigation about D.C. crime numbers that we know have been kind of finagled because they're looking into it. But ABC says those numbers are gospel. Watch.
The president declaring an emergency, saying crime in D.C. is spiraling out of control, even though the district's official figures showing violent crime recently hitting a 30-year low, down 26% since last year, numbers the president has baselessly called phony.
Because if the numbers are phony and Trump's right, that's not allowed.
Right, and they keep saying crime has gone down in D.C., which may not be true, but it's also misleading because crime is way above the national average in D.C., and it reached a boiling point in 2023. Last year in 2024, it was 3 times the national average violent crime. So yeah, it's maybe gone down a little, but when it's so high, it's still too high. It's gone down a little. And then we know that the police commander was put on leave in May for allegedly having them note that serious crimes are actually lesser crimes. So there's a question here, and Donald Trump's approval rating on crime right now is +1 point, as reported by CNN. So we're behind him on this.
Yeah, and after all of this, 54% is what the approval went up to because of the Putin meeting and so on and so forth. Natalie, Tommy, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.